XQC is one of the biggest Twitch streamers on Twitch, and he's known for making various different content, but something he started doing on his streams is Minecraft speedrunning. The main motive behind this speedrunning is to beat Forson's time. If you don't know, Forson is another Twitch streamer, and essentially that is the main motive, is that they want to beat each other's times. Okay, so that's a bit of context for who XQC is and why he's speedrunning Minecraft. And today I'm going to look at his 2045, which is his new personal best, got a couple of days ago, or not, I don't know when I'm uploading this. Also, before the actual video starts, I'm trying to hit 50 subs, so maybe click the button. Now, to fully clarify what this speedrun is, it's 1.16 RSG, which essentially is the newest version and random seed glitchless, which means he does not know what the world is going to be like when he spawns into it. Okay, so for the beginning of this run, XQC spawns in a village. Now the village is pretty standard. He gets beds, stone tools, food, kills the iron golem for iron, and then he leaves the village to almost instantly find a lava pool. He makes his nether portal in the lava portal and enters the nether at about 340. For context to how good that enter actually is, in Xylonox's prior world record, he got a time of 430, so almost a whole minute slower. The reason I chose this former world record is because it also uses village strats. After entering the nether, he sees a fortress. After seeing the fortress, he decides to use his extra iron on a shield. The reason he didn't just make a shield before coming to the nether is because if you find a bastion before a fortress, you can get fire res potions from trading, which means you don't need a shield for fighting the blazes. He finds the blaze spawner pretty much as soon as he enters the fortress and starts farming blazes. He actually gets terrible rates on these blazes, so because of this it takes him over 3 minutes to fight the blazes. This is quite a big time loss, as 3 minutes for blazes is really poor. But this is just an RNG part of the run that you can't really do anything about. It's either you get good blaze rates or you get bad blaze rates. There's nothing the runner can actually do about this. They can mine out underneath the spawner to increase spawn rates, but outside of that there's literally nothing they can do. After getting his rods, XQC then uses a strat called E-Ray. This is where the runner turns their FOV down to 30 and their entity distance up to 500. They then press F3 and see if the E number is higher than usual. Now, what is the E number? The E number is entities. And why do they look for it to be higher? The reason they look for it to be higher is because bastions are loaded with the entities inside them already. So normally entities can only spawn near the player and not the other side of the map. But because bastions are already spawned in with entities, by doing this, if you're looking at a fortress, the E will spike up, telling you that it's that way. Now, despite actually getting quite a high E, XQC doesn't instantly find the bastion. He actually E-rays again when he's gone about 100 blocks away from the fortress, as he's not seen a bastion. He again finds an above average E, and then just goes that way. He then E-rays another time to finally decide that it has to be through the wall he's looking at. Before going to the bastion, he gets a bit of gold so he can have gold boots and actually route it properly. As without gold boots, the piglins attack you and it's very hard to do any standard routing. He then finds the bastion at 11 minutes. Considering he left the fortress at around the 7 to 8 minute mark, this is actually pretty slow. He then starts looting the chests by going underneath them, because this doesn't aggro the piglins. He gets enough iron from the chest to be able to make an iron pickaxe and mine the gold blocks. This is vital, as without an iron pickaxe there's no way you can really do bastion strats. He then finds the gold blocks in the bastion, which will allow him to do his piglin trading. He is quite unfortunate that there are no piglins near him when he mines these blocks, which means he can't instantly start trading and has to walk off over to the piglins. Normally, piglins run to you when you mine gold blocks because they get aggroed. He then does find a lot of piglins to trade with. He then tosses all his gold out to them. After getting all these trades from the piglins, he has enough pearls and obsidian, And by enough pearls, he actually only has 11, which is really low. But obviously, with the pace he's on, he has to go to the overworld. And he's got plenty of obsidian to make the portal 2 go. He doesn't actually check his coords before going to the overworld, and just goes from the bastion he's in. Now, he leaves at around 15 minutes, and where he comes out of, despite not checking coords for the blind travel, is really good. When running the way the eye went, he realises that his X is going down, which means he's getting further away from spawn, and because of how stronghold rings work, he has to be somewhat close to it, because it can't be too far out. He then also sees his eyes changing in degrees massively. He then finally gets an eye go back on him to know he's pretty much there. He then does a final throw to confirm where the stronghold is. He then digs down at about the 18:30 mark. And for this to be around the 20-minute mark, which it was, he gets very lucky here, because digging down at about 18:30 isn't very good. But as you can see here, he digs into a cave and can see the portal room from the ravine. He builds over there, and it happens to be a 2-eye, which is so lucky, because if it had been a 0-eye, which is really common, he would not have been able to complete the portal. But he's actually left with an extra eye of ender. Then when in the end he goes to the main island, sorts out his hotbar to have the beds on it, sets up the obsidian so you can place beds on top of the tower. The dragon then almost instantly perches. He then kills the dragon with beds pretty quickly. So to conclude, this run is very lucky in some senses, but the nether is actually below average. And if you ask any top speedrunner, they will say the nether is the most important part of the run. So to have a below average nether and nearly sub 20 is still pretty good. What was very good about this run was pre-nether and post-nether. The pre-nether was very good because he got quite a fast enter. As I said before, it was quicker than Xylonox's former world record. And after leaving the end, he found the stronghold pretty quick, found the portal room as soon as he dug down, and happened to get a 2-eye. And also, I want to clarify, when I say the nether was below average, it's very good. I'm just comparing it to some world record nethers like Illumina's. Because when I say below average, I mean for a good speed run. If you were to go and look at most sub 20 runs, they'd have a better nether. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I said before, I'm trying to hit 50 subs, so if you could help, that'd be neat. Anyway, thanks for watching.